Hi, I'm Peyton.
Hi, I'm Natalie.
Hi, I'm Kira.
I'm Gabriel.
And this is our project. This video is about women in the 1920s and how the advancements were made for them in society, the economy, and politics. Women worked primarily as factory workers, servants, teachers, laundresses, typists, salespeople, clerks, bookkeepers, dressmakers, and housekeepers. The jobs that had the most significant increase for women were clerks, typists, operators, and manufacturing. The 1920s is the time that women were fighting for the right to vote, which also paved the way for women to attend higher education. Fighting for their independence branched off into co-education because the women felt like they deserved the same schooling as their male counterparts. Women were expected to raise children, keep house, provide emotional support for their husbands, and myriad ways contribute to American society.
Yay, women!
Yay!
It wasn't ladylike to participate in a contact sport. Women were encouraged to play more ladylike sports such as golf, tennis, swimming, and field hockey. At Worcester, women's sports were organized by the Big Six, which was an athletic council. They were called the Big Six because there were only 6 sports in the 1920s: hiking, hockey, swimming, tennis, track, and baseball. Basketball, not baseball. Anyways, each member of the Big Six was a manager for each of the teams. Edith Cummings and Gertrude Ederle were the only ones who advanced in women's sports in the 1920s. Edith was a golfer and Gertrude was a swimmer. Okay.
I love women.
Flappers were ladies who bobbed their hair, wore what at the time were scandalous dresses, and flaunted their disdain for what was then considered acceptable behavior. These flappers usually performed in speakeasies, which were like nightclubs. They pushed barriers to economic, political, and sexual freedom for women. Some people weren't really fond of flappers. States like Virginia and Utah tried to pass legislation on length of women's skirts. Some women's rights activists didn't even agree with what the flappers' clothes, and they said they have gone too far. The age of flappers came tumbling down. Popular dances at the time were the jitterbug, Charleston, and the swing dancing.
Who am I here with?
I'm Marie Rispoli.
May you please tell us your opinion on flappers in the 1920s?
Oh, the flappers in the 1920s. I think they were a fascinating group of women. They became empowered after so many years of not having a voice for themselves. I think that they are somebody that the girls of today should even admire. And the reason for that is because, as I have told my daughters, they fought and bled for your right to vote. So I truly believe that we can't forget those women in history. We can't just think of them as jazz dancers who wore cute outfits, but we have to think of them as the actual, pioneers of the world that we're living in today. And we have to ensure that we're honoring them by making sure that we vote in every single election, and that we continue to take up their cause and make sure that voting is available for everyone regardless of their race, religion, gender, sexuality, or anything else.
Okay. Thank you. Wait, that's good. I think.
What is your opinion on flappers?
Opinion on flappers?
Flappers?
Yeah.
What is
The
that?
dancers in the 1920s.
I like them.
I like that.
Bro doesn't even know they are.
I don't know.
One.
The beginning of the 20s was a time right after war when a lot of things were going on in the world. Painters and writers began to think that governments were doing a poor job, and because of this began to protest every art. They also wanted to find new styles to portray what life was like regularly and just paint or write things that come to mind. The biggest reason the biggest reason to find new ways of thinking and styles was to challenge traditional artistic standards and values.
Edward Hopper was a famous painter at the time. One of his famous works was the Nighthawk.
Okay.
Two other famous paintings by Edward Hopper are Rooms by the Sea and what was the other one? Early Sunday Morning or Early Morning something, I don't know.
A lot of writers took on the same ideas as painters at this time, just writing what came to mind and trying new styles. They also would purposely write about themes such as moral degeneracy, corruption, and decadence. Some big writers of the time were F. Scott Fitzgerald, Ezra Pound, Ernest Hemingway, and Gertrude Stein.
Really?
A famous writer of the time was F. Scott Fitzgerald, and he wrote one of the most famous books of all time, The Great Gatsby.
Book.
That's
What? The Beautiful and the Damned.
I made sure.
Did you get it?
Yeah.
The Beautiful and the Damned. Track sport. Men were encouraged to play more. Oh yes, and men. It wasn't like Stella.
Are you sick, Miguel?
I am.
Gabriella. Brooklyn Bridge. Joseph Stella. Okay.
It's Mikey!
The women's skirt.
PC. Joseph Stella, Brooklyn Bridge.
What do you think of?
Ted 2. You guys never seen Ted movie?
I've seen Ted, but what is it?
Wait. Go.
Yay, women!